Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah ta'ala wa barakatuh. I'm very glad in this video to present you our first ever app that we just released on the App Store. First off, English is not my native language, and if there is any mistake, my apologize. So, to sum up the app, there are three main aspects. For any concrete job, first you get the global quantities of material: gravel, sand, cement, water. Second, you get the per batch quantities of material that you're gonna pour into your concrete mixer. And third, you get the cost of your concrete job. And then by adding up concrete jobs, you get the quote of your project. So let's see what it looks like, and let's get started. The first important thing to say is about the concrete formulation model. For this app, we are implementing the Draw Abacus. It is a method that is widely used and very well known in France because it is reliable and because it is easy to use. I am not going to explain you the different steps to get the concrete formulation, but you can Google it and you will see it's pretty understandable. To show you the different functionalities of the app, we're gonna do this small project. It's constituted of 4 different elements: a slab, a masonry wall, a column, and a footing. And then you will see how easy and how fast it is to get, for each element, global quantities, per batch quantities, and for the whole project, the quote. So I am testing the app on my iPhone 4. So here is the app. Click on the wheelbarrow. For the first element, I'm gonna show you the whole process to get the quantities and the cost, and then for the other ones I'm gonna do them faster. So I will start off with the slab. In the material screen, first you can set the compressive strength of your concrete from 16 MPa to 35 MPa. Then here you get the percentage of strength you reach at this date. For example, here at 3 days you have 28%, and you go up to 28 days or more and you get 100%. Here's a type of cement. The plasticity of concrete and the humidity of aggregates. All those values are set by default. You can use them. It's gonna give you a typical concrete. Then click on geometry. In the geometry screen, you just type your dimensions. I have a 10 by 10 slab. So I have 10 here, 10 here, and 10 centimeter thickness. So 0, point, or comma, as you like, 0.1. Enter. So if you want to change the unit of your dimension, click here, and then you can choose millimeter, centimeter, or meter. Then click on the mix. The mix screen. First, you have the total volume of your element, the total cost of your element. And then in this first section, you have for each material the cost and the quantity: cement, sand, gravel, water. Then in the second section, you have the number of batches you need and the volume of each batch, and also the quantities to pour into your concrete mixer. And then you can save your element. I'm gonna call it slab basement, and then you save it, and it's gonna show up in the list. So when you click on your element from the list screen, you get the outputs screen. As said earlier, here you have the total volume of your element and the total cost of your element. Of course, the total cost of your element depends on the prices of your material. To set the prices of your materials, go under the price icon. Here first you can set your currency. By default it is euro. And here you can set the price of your material depending on a certain base. So here, for example, for cement it is €7 for a 35 kilogram bag. But you can change your base. You can choose a bucket, a wheelbarrow, you can choose a 25 bag, a 50 kilogram bag, as you wish. As you may notice, the total volume of concrete is accounting for a waste factor. Also, you can set the units you want your quantities to show up, and also the volume of your concrete mixer. All those parameters can be found under the setting icon. Under the concrete tab, you can first set your waste factor. It goes from 0% to 10%. By default, it is 5%. Also, you can set the units of your materials. For example, let's say I want my sand in Wheelbarrow, the same for gravel, and I want my water in bucket. Okay. And to link mass and volume, here you can set the densities of your materials. Okay. When you go back to your output screen, here results have been updated. Also, you can change the volume of your concrete mixer. Go to settings. Under the measure tab, you have here concrete mixer section, and you can choose here whichever you want. Let's say I have a 350 milliliter concrete mixer, and let's say 90% mixing capacity. Then when you go back to your output screen, here it has updated. You have less batches for a 309 liter batch. So let's go back to settings. Here you can adapt your batch either for concrete mixer or for cement bag. Adapting your batch for a concrete mixer is going to take advantage of the whole capacity of your concrete mixer. Adapting your batch for a cement bag, it's going to accept only one bag per batch. For example, if I go to here, I choose for cement bag, I go back to my output screen. Here, as you see, I have only one cement bag per batch. And finally, here you can choose the volume of your shovel, bucket, or wheelbarrow. The last tab under the settings is the precast tab. It's going to apply for masonry and also for precast slab. So here in materials, you can choose either you want your materials to show up in number of units or in number of pallets. So for concrete blocks, slab blocks, and for ribs only units. You can set the width of your ribs. For masonry joint, you can set the vertical joint and the horizontal one. And for masonry coating, you can set the thickness of the coating and also the number of faces you want to coat. So I have shown you the whole process of pricing and settings. Now we will do the other three elements. Let's start with the footing. So we have a 10 meter long footing, 40 centimeter by 40 centimeter. I mix and then I save. I'm going to save it as footing house. Then I'm going to do the rectangular column. So it's a 3 meter high column, 20 centimeter by 20 centimeter. I'm going to save it as column house. The last element is the masonry wall. it can be found under the Precast tab. So first you have to set the dosage of your mortar, and then you can choose the format of your concrete blocks. So here is a list of typical format that you can find in the market, but you can set your own. So let's set our own, 15 by 15 by 45. You have to enter dimensions in centimeter. And below you have the number of concrete blocks per pallet. So the masonry wall is 3 meter high, 460 long. And as for concrete elements, here you have for the mortar the number of batches and the volume of each batch and the quantities you have to pour into your concrete mixer. And we're gonna save it as a wall house. Now that we have entered the 4 elements, we can quote the project. Go to list. Here you see the 4 elements. So click on quote. So we have 1 slab, 4 footings, 8 columns, and 8 walls. You click on those 4, and then you have the quote for your project. If you want to remove any elements, you can do this typical iOS gesture. Delete from here, or you go to edit, or you can delete from here. For those who want to use this app with the Imperial system, you can do this here under settings. You go to the merger tab, under system, and you click Imperial system. And here all the units are switching to the Imperial units. Precast for the concrete, also the prices. You can choose your base, on gallon, pound, kilo, pound, shovel. So everything has been switched. It's working as fun as the metric system. So the last but not the least, it is the information screen. So here you have the version of your app. Here you can check our website by clicking this link. And if you really enjoyed the app and you would like to recommend it to a friend, you can do so by email. I'm just gonna pre-fill an email for you. You can send a text. You can choose from your contacts. You can send a tweet. You can send the Facebook post. And you can use WhatsApp. For example, if I want to send a WhatsApp text to my friend Dahmad, I send it to him, and then he's gonna get it. I'm sure he's gonna love it. Okay, and if you have any question, any comment, please don't hesitate to contact us. We will be very, very happy to answer you. So this is it. First, thank you for watching. It has been a little bit long because I've tried to show every single aspect of the app. We are right now developing more apps, but it's gonna be more engineering, more technical. And I will do this kind of video when they are released. Don't hesitate to contact us if you have any question. We will be very pleased to talk to you. And again, thank you, and have a good one.